We are live right now.
Bleeding Critic, how you doing?
Hello, my friend. I've got 99 problems and horror ain't one. How are you?
Your
Great.
voice is making my skin crawl right now. Like, it's amazing.
He said he's going to be in our heads.
Yeah. Well, mission accomplished already. Like, I'm going to need to go chug a couple beers and then sit back down.
No worries, no worries. So, yes, thank you for having me on your show. And when was the last time you guys had really bad nightmares and you woke up with a seriously bad sweat?
Oh, it'd have to be like 2 years ago, I would have to say. 2 or 3 years ago.
Share it.
Oh, this is a weird one, man. This is a... Alright, so I was like... It was just... Everything was normal. I'm walking in the dream. I'm walking up the stairs. And, start talking to my mom. All of a sudden, she just turns into this fucking demon thing and just... like she's got claws and shit, and, like teeth.
And since then, how's your relationship been with your mother?
it's been normal. I just, I told her like, yeah, I had a dream you straight up turned into some type of witch or something. What does that mean?
Beautiful, beautiful.
I had one night. This is Rob. And my fingers turned into some sort of poisonous serpent, and the farther I moved my arm from my body, they grew, and they kept biting me, and they kept striking me.
Wow.
And I just fell down, like, to, the ground, and then I just woke up, just like you said,
that's
in
like-
a sweat.
Do you think when you're unwell, your dreams are more vivid?
I've never noticed that.
Yeah, I would have to say.
I find that really interesting. And I did this story recently called The Spider in the Corner.
I heard that, dude.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Good. You know, that actual story came from one night, and I was lying in my bed, and in the corner was a black shadow, and that's how I got the idea from. And the excellent voiceover artist called Carlette Norwood, whose Twitter handle is at Let's Chat, Letts. She's done a couple of my stories. I've contracted her out because she's got a voice that's absolutely fantastic. And I thought with that particular story, having a woman's voice because a baby is involved gives it another sort of a bleeding edge. So thanks so much for listening to that.
No, thanks for sending it, dude. I loved what the spider really was, and how she said she knew that this, what was going to happen. It was a really cool twist on it, dude.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's the thing I think that gives me a bit of edge from other horror critics, because I actually know what's scary and I create my own work, which I'm really proud of, because I think you get so many people, everyone's got an opinion, and sometimes you want to say, well, put your money where your mouth is, do something.
I have, too, one time I was in, I'd say elementary school, and half the night I stayed awake because of a shadow. And it looked like a demon on the wall, and I couldn't sleep, and then I stayed up till the sun came up, and I realized it was just a toy in my closet.
Oh,
That
classic,
giving the shadow.
Classic nightmare fuel, isn't it? Things like that.
Yes.
I was having for a while these things that would scare me so much that I would find myself just waking up and running out of my room, and it would be things like things coming out of my walls, or like my blanket like coming alive and choking me or something. And I would be sweating and jump out of my bed and still thinking that something's happened and be like, well, why am I'm out in my living room now?
Sleep paralysis has always been a problem with me. I've actually had the fucking night hag come in. Like,
yes, I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
That's the
So
scariest.
tell me, guys, what do you all like horror? Because as you know, I don't do funny, so what the hell am I doing on this podcast?
I love horror.
Yeah, I do.
I think all of us do.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, what is
absolutely.
your favorite horror movie of all time?
Do you know what? I think it's a bit like pop music, innit? Like a song that stays with you. And I think a good horror film is one that gets under your skin to the point where it affects you during the daytime as well as the nighttime. And I think a film I've seen which I would say it almost tattooed my soul was the film called Martyrs. It's a subtitled film. And what's so beautiful, it's a French-Canadian number. And unfortunately, the powers that be in Hollywood, I think they're remaking it, which is absolutely appalling when they could channel that monies into making something original.
Yeah.
But that's another show. But with Martyrs, the beauty of it is that it's so unpredictable and the performances are so believable by these actresses. And it goes down one spiral, and then before you know it, it goes down another. And it really makes you think because it's so well written. I'm not interested in horror films that like moving wallpaper. They go through both eyes and they just smash out the back of your skull. I'm not interested in that.
Okay.
I like films where the characters, you have an empathy with the characters. They build up. So when the shit hits the fan and they travel down that downward spiral, you actually care about them.
Cool.
I just wanted to say a guy named
Oh.
Sam Slade, he says he loves you.
No, you. He said he was just busting balls.
Oh, he loves
I'm
me.
Sorry. But actually, Bleeding Critic, one of our friends,
Yeah.
Michael Frost, he's an author, was really excited you were coming on tonight.
Oh, I know. I think we follow each other online. Hello, Michael. Sleep
So
well
sorry.
tonight, my friend.
So, I was going to ask you too. I saw on your site. Do you actually have people that submit their own horror shorts to you?
Yeah, what I wanted to do, I got fed up with what I see out there, and I thought, as well as talking about films, doing video reviews that are spoiler-free, I wanted to get fans involved. And the way that happens is anyone, either in the industry or people that follow me, they just send me 2 or 3 minutes and they talk about a moment from any film, old or recent, that disturbed them, a moment from that film. And then they send it to me via Google Drive or Dropbox, and then I upload it to the site. And what I do, I add their Twitter handle. So if it's someone that's want to get some genuine horror followers, by being featured on my site forever, I'm the only critic in the world that's actually giving fans a voice. And on top of that, anyone who has a love of horror that's actually made a short horror film. About 2 weeks ago, I started a page called Your Short Horror Films. And the icing on that cake is that when I see a film that I like that's sent to me, I actually film myself doing a spoiler-free intro to that particular short film. Again, hopefully genuine followers will follow that director or that producer, and in turn, people will recognize their work. Because I remember when I started out doing this, it was so difficult to get people's attention, especially with such a beautiful face that I've got. And I know what it's like, and no one gave me a hand up or a hand out. And I want to sort of support people that are, new horror talent. And what's absolutely genuinely so exciting is that my website at this point in time, called bleedingcritic.com, and thank you again for repeatedly mentioning that, is the television channel, online TV channel I've always dreamed of. And what's great is that I'm the only one that's doing it. I haven't got like a team of people. It's all me, and it all came from myself because of so many redundancies.
Wow.
And I'm sure you guys can identify, as we all don't like authority. I was the black demon of my birth family, never fitted in, and only now, and I never had a voice, and only now horror is my home, and I want to take this thing global. And the thing that really surprised me, and this is why I'm doing like a podcast tour, is that 90% of my bleeding fans are American. And I can see myself having America as my second home, because you guys get it. You know what I'm
Thank you.
saying?
Bleeding Critic, we actually have a call on the line right now. Robin Slim Show.
Hi, this is Michael Frost.
Michael
Hello,
Frost.
Mr. Frost.
I wanted to personally say hello to you, Bleeding Critic.
Hello, my friend. Are you shaking right now?
Just happy to hear you on the show and to formally say hello to you. Big fan.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. Well, I hope you spend a lot of time exploring my abattoir, my website. What is your favourite moment from a film, my friend?
From which one?
Any film, recent or old. A moment that disturbed you forever.
The absolute one that just popped in my mind, it probably wasn't the scariest, but it would have been the Blair Witch Project at the very end when the guy was in the corner and just sort of doing the shaking, and as if he was a bad boy put in the corner by the witch. And then it comes. And that, to me, troubled me for some time.
Yes, that is an exceptional choice, Mr. Frost. Are you going to film yourself and send it to me so I can have you featured on my website forever?
Now that I've got all my unpacking done for moving, I do plan on doing it. I watched the one with Palco Designs. It was excellent, and I definitely want to.
Oh, yes. I'll tell you something with the Blair Witch Project. I remember seeing that for the first time, and do you know, the marketing about that film has never been repeated.
Yes.
Because I remember reading about it in a major London newspaper, and I was hooked. And it was about a year before it came out, and I don't think any other horror film has captured that as much as Eduardo Sanchez did. And I've chatted with Eduardo, and he's a good guy. He's incredibly creative, and I do like his work. But my God, the Blair Witch Project, I've forgotten how much it would cost to make, but my God, the amount of money it made was an incredible lesson.
Yes, it was. And so many people tried to emulate the style afterwards. You had countless of these lost film footage.
Even that internet one. What was the one you saw, Slim?
Oh, the Unfriended. Oh, that was terrible. I did not like that. It was awful.
Crappy.
Yeah.
Oh, you saved me from that then. I won't see it. Thank you.
I think, real quick, Bleeding Critic, I think our friend Pete wanted to say something.
I was wondering about the classic horror. Like, who was your favorite director? Like, I gotta say, one of my favorites was Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah, I think my favourite director, I think I've got two of them, and one of them calls himself my Twitter fan and bleeding mate, and that is the gentleman called William Friedkin, who directed The Exorcist.
Yeah.
He contacted me a few years ago, and I thought it was a prank. I thought someone was winding me up because it was Harper Collins in New York contacted me, said, Billy has recommended you to review his memoir, The Friedkin Connection. And I was like, yeah, right, if Billy wants me to do it, I'll consider it. And they were right. They said he did. And it was on Twitter, and they sent me the book. And I like his body of work a great deal. I think he started the love of horror for so many people. And he's one of the very few celebrities that is genuinely supportive of new talent, and he's been a great supporter of me. And if he's listening, thank you, and I'll definitely make sure he does listen to this.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, dude. Michael, thank you so much for calling, brother.
Taking my call, and Bleeding Critic, once again, big fan. I will get that video for you, and just look forward to more of your posts.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Frost. And be creative. There's no right or wrong. And take your time, and I'll make sure it looks brilliant when I put it up on my site.
Thank you, sir. You all have a good night.
You too, Michael.
Yeah, I recognised his name. Yeah, Michael's been online for a while. It's nice, good to talk to him. I'm pleased he called in.
Cool.
And that goes for anyone else listening to the show. Don't be shy. If you want to survive the night, you better call the Rob and Slim Show.
We've always tried to encourage, more listener calls.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Bleeding Critic. That was awesome, dude. You were saying a lot of people in the U.S. welcome you. That's really cool to hear, because I always considered like foreigners probably, people from other countries hated us.
No, I've always had genuine bleeding love for the US, and whenever I've gone over there for a holiday, I've been welcome. And I think there's a lot to say about it. And this came about not because I was checking ratings on my website, it's because on my horror memories page, a lot of the people that are sending their memories into me and talking about what scared them forever happen to be from America. And I was really, really surprised, and I'm actually quite pleased, because it makes it even easier for me to hide my real identity. And I take it as a big compliment, and the reactions from some of the podcasts I've been on, it's been really encouraging, and I'm incredibly grateful.
That's awesome. What was I going to ask? Your social media interactions, I saw. Like, do you reply to everybody on your website personally?
Oh God, yeah, as much as I can. Yeah. You learn on online social media. You learn about the time wasters and people that are genuine. And I tend to get rid of anyone that's following me that's obviously selling something and they got no passion about horror. It's obvious now, so I just take a look at who they're following, and I do that with everyone. So I reckon if I don't do that, I think my followers will be in the multiple thousands. So that's probably why I've got quite a low amount of followers. I think I'm approaching 16,000 right now, which is great because it's 16,000 genuine people.
That's what I try to keep it as. Yeah, I don't like to pay for those, like you said, generated likes or anything like that. We tried it once, and it was just, they never interacted with us, and it was weird.
Absolutely. And I think the other thing is like what you guys try and do. You try and give your own sort of creativity to what you do, and you love it, and it's where you thrive talking to all these guests, including myself. But what I think is important is that with me in my world, a lot of people in the horror industry, they're either, for want of a better phrase, I call them, some of them a bit of a dried up old husks. They've been around for a long time. They don't know about how to interact with people, and they lecture people. They're like teachers. They don't interact. And I want to change all that, because horror has been Pepsi Light for so long, and I want to make it scary again. And that's why I wear a terrifying mask. Obviously, I'm even more grotesque underneath, but it's not about me. It's about the work. And to me, that's really important. Do you know what I mean? Because in this day and age, we make too many people, stupid people, famous.
Yes.
And I find it boring reading about their dull lives off the who gives a shit bookshelves. And I want to change all that. And to me, it's just about the work and supporting people and being genuine and being bloody scary.
And that's what it is too. About. People are what's making us who we are. Slim, did you have a question real quick?
No, not right now. We could hold off.
We have another caller, Robin Slim Show. You're on with the Bleeding Critic. Robin Slim Show.
Hi, who's that?
I think they hung up.
Oh, they're scared.
Writing them off.
Their demons got them, stopped them from coming online.
I was curious to what your opinion of like these horror movies that go out of their way to just be ridiculous
or
and they're
shocking,
not scary.
I mean, it's like the Hollywood conveyor belt, isn't it? Everything is predictable in certain genres, especially the horror. It's repetitive, and I think it's lazy, and I get tired of it. And that's why I do my best to find, especially some Korean movies and films that are under the radar that are worth your time. And I've got the ability to talk about them as if I'm telling a friend to watch something without spoiling it for them. And that's another sort of beef I have about how trailers give everything away these days, to the point you think, there's no point in me bleeding going to the cinema because you've told me the whole plot.
Exactly.
Right.
I think they've had so many like bad movies like that. That's what they do now. Like it's just weird. But yeah, like just like you said.
I think what it is, the powers that be, the money men or the money ladies, they haven't got a creative bone in their body, and they're scared of risks, and they're scared of change.
Absolutely.
And
Exactly
now you got someone like me who wears an absolutely terrifying face. Well, beautiful face, personally. And as well as, you know, I'm doing it all, and I'm so excited. So I think America is going to be the natural home for Bleeding Critic. I can see myself spending a lot of time in the US, and for me right now, it's just getting the right person to sponsor me and partner with me to take this onto another level, because I've done so much over the past 4 years on my own. So I'm looking to partner with someone that can help me take it to the next level.
That's awesome.
I also wanted to bring up too, because I was thinking, going through my head of like some of my favorite horror movies, and one of the ones that always stands out to me, and I've watched it multiple times and I love it, is Clive Barker's Lord of Illusions. And just because just the way magic was in that, like it almost seems like if magic had existed, it would be like that. And Clive Barker's a genius, and I have had a lot of trouble trying to find horror films that made me feel the same way like that movie did.
Replicated it.
Dude, Nix was
Nix was amazing.
Freaky,
like,
man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think Clive Barker has done some good work. I mean, I'm a big fan of his Hellraiser film and
Hellraiser.
the Midnight Meat Train, that short story.
Yeah, dude.
That's an excellent film. The thing is, it's like it's a personal taste. It's what scares you. And I think people, because there's so much content, horror content out there, and there's so much crap, and sometimes I'll see a film and I'm aware it's had good reviews without reading anything, because I tend to steer clear of all media before I plan and watch a film. So I'd like to go in cold, you see. And then I watch it and I think some of these critics, they must have been smoking crack, because that's the only way I can think they could have possibly enjoyed it or appreciated the work. So I get that a lot.
Well, they're getting paid.
But I know I know what you mean. I mean, what sort of style of horror do you like? And I'll see if I can think of a film that may sort of fit in the right groove for you.
I definitely like Lord of Illusions is one of my favorite movies because of how deep the story was and how creepy it was. So I do like things that, like you said too, that have like a deep character development to it and do have a story. Like I never was into like the Saw movies. I like the backstory a little bit, but I just never really got into those. You know, it's got to be something that
Lovecraftian type stuff.
No, say it again. The gentleman in the background with the quiet voice. Speak louder.
Oh yeah.
Which one was it? Was it
me or?
That's the one.
Okay,
Pete. Sorry, Pete.
Yeah, the Lovecraftian genre is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've read some of Lovecraft's stories, and I'm always ashamed to know that like everybody's like Cthulhu, where that wasn't even his best work. Like,
Cthulhu.
The Thing, I think it was called The Thing on the Doorstep, was an amazing story.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. I mean, I used to like the late James Herbert, who passed away, an English horror writer. I liked his work, like The Rats and The Fog. I used to like Stephen King's body of work, but Stephen King did a sequel to The Shining, and it was very, very disappointing. I was going to send some demons his way to learn and teach him about what's scary again. But
out of the movies he did, I loved Stand By Me, I
love The Silver Bullet.
Silver Bullet and everything.
Oh,
and I like
Silver Bullet! I remember that.
Yeah, it was.
I remember that. But I think in terms of, I'll tell you a film that I did like recently is the what was it? The Haunting of Deborah Logan. Something that Deborah Logan. Yeah, I really like that. The Taking of Deborah Logan. Okay. I like that. It was very, very clever, and the acting in that was absolutely beautiful.
Bleeding Critic, we hate to cut this off, but we have to wrap this up, my brother.
No problem at all. I really enjoyed it, and it was lovely to meet you all.
You too.
And
It was
I'm
a
sure
pleasure
we'll
talking to you.
talk again.
Yes.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Have a great night.
Take care, man.
Okay.
Have a
Take
good
care, everybody.
Have a
good
And
one, man.
thanks for listening.
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Are you still there? Can you just promote all your stuff? Tell everybody where they can find you, and then we'll let you go.
Yeah. You can explore my work. If you go to bleedingcritic.com, you'll see my spoiler-free horror video reviews. You'll see a page of all my horror content where you can get addicted to my horror medication audio stories. And you can submit your own horror memory on my horror memories page and or your short horror film. And you can send your stuff to me, which my email is bleedingcritic@live.com, and I'll do my best to respond. And get involved, have your say, and be featured on my site forever.
Okay. Cool. Thank you, man. We really appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right,
Have a good
guys, you take care, and I'll speak to you individually very soon.
Okay. Take care.
Have a good one, man.
Good night.
Are we on mute?
Yeah, we're gonna go on mute in a second. All right, guys. We're gonna break. We'll be back.